everyone. I am just about 8 weeks post-op from my reduction mammoplasty, which is a breast reduction surgery. And so I thought I would do this little video. So just, you know, throughout the internet and on other videos and stuff, there will be like questions that people have. So I thought that I would, go through some of the stuff. So basically, the first week of the post-op so far was the hardest because I had the drains in and they like really hurt at this, like where they were put in. And like it just, every time I moved, it hurt. It was very hard sleeping. When you sleep, you do have to sleep inclined for several weeks. You have to sleep on your back and you have to sleep inclined. And so if you're not a back sleeper, this can be hard. Like I generally go between my back and my sides, and when I sleep on my back, I tend to like put my arms up above my head, which then makes my shoulders hurt, but that's another story. So it was hard adjusting to that, and basically after the surgery you will likely get like pain medications like opioids, and they do have to make sure that you use them correctly, that you don't like, abuse them or anything, because hopefully like the doctors or nurses should ask about that and everything, which I've never had a problem when I've used them, and I definitely know like the dangers and stuff. And it's only like a few that you get for like the first couple of days, because they want you to transition to like taking OTC painkillers like Tylenol and ibuprofen, like Tylenol and Advil. But you can't take the Advil or ibuprofen or, until like 48 hours after the surgery, because that one can make you bleed more. So they do. So there's that. The first couple of weeks, they tell you really like don't worry about like a diet or anything. You do have to do like gentle walking. That is a definite, because you like don't want to get blood clots or anything in your legs. And as someone who tends to have mildly elevated platelets, it's definitely like kind of scary to be like, what if I got a blood clot? So definitely like walk around here and there. You can still like, have a movie marathon and stuff, but you want to be like walking like in between the movies, like, go to the bathroom, go get something to eat. You do want to have things that are within easy reach, because you don't want to be like having to like lift up very high or like bend down low or anything, because that is it's gonna be hard, and you don't want to like hurt the incisions. So my drains came out at 1 week, and I was so relieved. It actually did not hurt. It felt weird, but I was so scared that it was gonna hurt, especially because it was like hurting already, like with them in. But the nurse basically just had me like take a deep breath, and as I was exhaling, that's when she like yanked it out and stuff. So it's just more of a weird feeling of like pressure and stuff. And then basically that's when I also got like my different bra that I was wearing for like 6 weeks, because you get one bra, they might give you two of the same, like one that you're wearing post-surgery, and then they might give you an extra, because I got the extra. And then, like, at the 1 week post-op visit, that's when I got this like second kind, which is more flattering. And it's still a compression bra. And then that's when you can also start, like, if you need extras, you can buy like sports bras with the front closure. So that's what I did. One I bought off of Amazon, and the other one I just like got at Walmart. And I'm still using them because I am trying to train for a 5K. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, so showering is very tricky. I have anxiety, so basically it was hard for me to like actually touch the area without like a washcloth or something for the first like few times that I showered. And it's definitely tricky to shower with the drains. You have to have like a shoelace, or I used a piece of yarn and like tie them up and everything around your, like, you know, tied around your neck and stuff. So that's tricky. Once they're out, it does get easier, but you still want to avoid like heavily scented like body washes and stuff. And you do want to like be gentle, and it might feel weird. Like for me, with my anxiety, it's more like I didn't want to like accidentally open one of the incisions up or anything. But other than that, it does get easier as the weeks go by. And another thing is that the pain does start to subside. Right now, at like between like the 6-7 weeks, so once I was able to start like getting back to normal activities, when I sleep, because now I've been able to like sleep on my back, not inclined, and sleep like on my side. And when I tend to like, when I'm awake and transition from like the side to my back or my back to the side, sometimes like the incisions underneath will give me a burning sensation, which is not fun. But in time that has been starting to subside and should continue to subside. Now I'm at the point of where I have to do lots of massaging of the scars, and there are times where it does still bother me a little bit, but it's definitely been better. And I have like the exercising like already is going better, because I don't have to like double up on bras anymore, so that's great. And one question that a lot of people have regarding insurance is if insurance will cover a breast reduction surgery. And the short answer, it depends. The longer answer is that one, it depends on if you have insurance. Two, it depends on if their reduction is considered medically necessary or if it's just cosmetic, aesthetic. So if you do not have symptoms that are giving you problems, then it will be considered cosmetic, and insurance will probably not cover it, and you will have to pay out of pocket. However, just because it might be deemed medically necessary does not guarantee that your insurance is going to cover it. I ran into that snag. I had to pay out of pocket because my policy, it turns out, does not cover a breast reduction even if medically necessary. It used to, like back in like 2017, it used to cover it for medically necessary. I don't know when it stopped, but unfortunately, my policy did cut that out. So even though mine was considered medically necessary because I had macromastia, it would not cover it. So that sucked. But I decided to go ahead and pay out of pocket because it was giving me problems, and I've just been had been thinking about getting it done for several years anyway, and finally decided that I would go through with it. I had everything planned out and everything, and so I was like, it's fine, I'll figure out a way to pay for it and I will go through with it. And it definitely has been beneficial. I definitely feel better, and I'm able to, again, run and jog and jump without needing to double up on sports bras and stuff, which is great. And then I am someone who I never liked showing my cleavage. And so now I can wear stuff and it doesn't really show. It's great. And I can also finally wear dresses and stuff without a bra if I want to, which is going out, which is also amazing and everything. So there are definitely benefits, and I do recommend it. And also, be sure when you, if you do a consult and stuff, and you talk to your doctor, about how small you want to go, just know that there is no guarantee on what size they can get you down to, because they want to try to keep enough tissue to keep the nipples alive, so they can't guarantee that you'll become an A cup or something. Me, I'm between a B and a C right now, so, and I knew that that there was a chance that I would not be able to get to an A, and I was like, that's fine. But basically I had told my surgeon as small as he could get them, because when you were a triple D, it's no, that's way too big. I never want it to be that big. I also went through puberty earlier than a lot of my female peers, so that did not help either. It was a double whammy for me, and I get self-conscious and stuff, so I was definitely was not good. So I was just as small as you can get them, and he was in compliance with that, so that's good. Because I have heard some stories about some surgeons having their own opinion and trying to be well, this going this small might not be flattering, and it's well, it's your body, and when you go small, there are also ways that you can still pat them up. They do make the little inserts and stuff if you really want to, for an outfit or something. So yeah, definitely be sure to talk it out and everything, and just again know that you won't be able to they won't be able to guarantee that they can get you a certain size, but they should be able to get you as small as they can if you want to go that. Another thing is what else was I going to say? Basically, yeah, for each clinic is different. So for the first 6 weeks, for me, it was, my restrictions were that I wasn't supposed to lift, push, or pull more than 5 pounds. and also like no running, no jumping, that kind of thing. But there are some other clinics that might have the restrictions set at no more than 10 pounds. And because I work in retail at a grocery store, sometimes it was hard to actually like not lift a bit more than 5 pounds. Like I tried to keep it to like 5 pounds or less, but there were times where I didn't realize that an item was actually like 7 pounds or something. Like the mini cans of like Coke or Pepsi, like not the big 12 packs, but the smaller like mini cans. I didn't realize that was still like over 5 pounds. And I did like lift those up into carts and stuff. But the big ones I knew not to. I knew a gallon of milk would be too big, too heavy and stuff. But there were like certain things that, like once I learned it afterwards, I was like, oh, like even because I bookkeep, even our change drawer, I didn't realize that I was lifting more than 5 pounds. Even when I took out like our quarters and like nickels or something, it was, and I left the pennies and the dimes in there, that actually still was over 5 pounds. So eventually, after I learned that, I had to adjust even more and just take all the coins out, put the drawer, the change box where it goes, and then bring back like the quarters and the dimes and then the pennies and the nickels, or however I did it. And I definitely did have to like have my coworkers help me with things. Like I was not able to lift our big lottery ticket holder, so I had to have a coworker bring that out. I had to use a stool to like, so I wasn't like reaching high up for certain like 3-ring binders that I needed and stuff. But it all worked out, and you know, I got through, and now I'm at 8 weeks, and the restrictions ended at 6 weeks. And also, when restrictions end, like, don't just go jumping in like the next day into like a heavy full-on, you know, strength training. I'm gonna use my like 20-pound dumbbells or whatever. Don't do that. Your body is still healing. It's going to be healing for months. And so you do still want to be careful and like build up. So, you know, like you could do some aerobics and stuff, but you do want to like build up to getting back to like your normal routine, and don't just like jump in like all at once. And then for numbness and stuff, sometimes that can linger. I still have some numbness on like my left side. I don't know if it will ever go away, because one of the risks is that, you know, or side effects is that you can, you know, have loss of sensation and or numbness that, while it might be temporary, it might also be permanent. So that's more on my left side. My right side seems pretty normal. So I don't know if like the numbness and stuff will go away on the left. It might not. I don't know. Similar types of things can happen with other surgeries. Similar types of things can happen with certain kinds of like, you know, even oral like procedures that you need, like, you know. So it's just, you know, one of those things. But you still have to weigh the benefits versus the risks, you know. So it's still very beneficial, and like I'm still, you know, very glad that I went through it. You know, a little bit of numbness isn't really gonna, even if it's permanent, it's not gonna do that much. I mean, I also am missing one of my second molars, because by the time I got my wisdom teeth out, I had to get the second molar out too. anyway, so I hope that helps. I hope it wasn't too TMI, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!